Joseph Herron here with two-time world champion Mr. Jesse James Leija in front of his gym in San Antonio, Texas, the now world-renowned Champion Fit gym. James, we're looking at a great fight. We're going to be giving you the Boxing 411 on the upcoming May 3rd Super Bout between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Marcos Maidana. First of all, James, this is a tremendous matchup against, well, the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world and one of the more unpredictable fighters in the in the welterweight division. And he's a legitimate title holder, the WBA title holder. Do you expect a great fight on May 3rd?
I expect a great fight, a tough fight for both fighters. You know, you have to go against Mayweather with his speed and his being so smart in the ring, experience, against Maidana, who's just brutally tough, who's going to come at you and give you everything you can. You're not going to knock him out. If you knock him down, you're just going to get him upset. And so you have those two tangibles in the fight, and it just makes for a great fight. Kind of reminds me of Sugar Ray Leonard and who's the other guy? I'm thinking of Hagler, that type of fighter. But Hagler was a little bit more polished than Maidana. But Maidana is just so tricky. You don't know what to expect from his punches.
You know what's amazing is, yeah, we saw that in his last fight, his eye-opening effort against Adrian Broner that happened this past December, and it was one of your promotions, wasn't it, in the Alamo Dome? You know, why do you think he gave Adrian Broner so many problems in that fight?
Well, because I think what he's going to have to do with Mayweather as well, and what he did with Broner was he took away that speed. If you charge someone that with speed, you're going to have to smother him and not let him extend his punches, not let him get off and stay in a rhythm. And Maidana was in his face the whole night, taking his rhythm away, taking his speed away, and hitting him with everything he can, wherever he can. And it's kind of funny. We talked about that before the fight. Maidana and I were talking about how if it was me in the fight, I hit at whatever he gives me. I don't care what I'm gonna hit something. I hit his head, hit his body, hit his hips, hit his arms, hit his gut, anything I can, hit it, because I'm gonna eventually wear him down towards the end of the fight. And Maidana was looking at me like, man, that's not a bad idea. I'm not sure if that's what he did or not, but we talked about it here at the gym because he trained for a week before the fight. But he's just a strong individual, and he hurts you with every punch he hits you with, and that's how he gets your respect, and that's how he gets you from letting go of those hands, because you don't want to get hit with his punches. So you tend to play more defense than what you like.
That's right. Marcos Maidana, what he brings to the ring is one-punch knockout power. Definitely one of the hardest punchers in the welterweight division. Also, we've seen with him training now with Robert Garcia in the Oxnard gym, he applies more intelligent pressure by utilizing the jab. But this is a gentleman who, I mean, when you look at Floyd Mayweather, obviously you want to try to cut off that reaction time, and you want to close the distance, work from a very short range. But Marcos Maidana, he's not a guy who works proficiently on the inside. Although he's an effective aggressor, he's a guy who's going to try to bomb you from mid-range. Yes, exactly. So how do you actually keep... Because if Mayweather just sees you try and throw punches from mid to long range, well, he's going to see those coming from a mile away. How do you mask that in the ring, James?
I think what's going to happen with Maidana is even Mayweather, he's so good at deflecting punches and blocking punches. But one thing I would believe in, if you're blocking, you're catching. And you're still going to get hit, and you're still going to hurt. It's still going to wear you down. You're going to get hit in the arms and the shoulders, everywhere else. That's going to hurt after a while. When you get hit with a guy like Maidana, it's going to affect you. And I think, you know, it's going to affect you. But Mayweather's so good. Look what he did with Canelo. Canelo was trying to do the same thing, but Canelo was trying to fight him from a distance. And you can't fight Mayweather from a distance. He's too fast, too slick. And Maidana does not fight in the distance. Maidana fights in tight and throws those overhand rights over the top, body shot, hip shots. He throws whatever you give him, he's going to hit you with. And that's going to be a big difference in the fight. Mayweather's ring generalship is going to be a big factor in the fight, as always. It makes for a great TV fight, and I think that the fans are going to be the winners of this one.
Absolutely, and unlike Adrian Broner, who depends on being flat-footed, he combines speed with power, Floyd Mayweather, he doesn't load up on any one shot, and he really doesn't give you that very big window of opportunity in which to counter. He throws maybe one or two punches at a time, gets in, gets out, uses his feet as the foundation of his defense, and then when you actually do close the distance and smother him, his reaction time and his reflexes are so brilliant that he can react to a shot with that beautiful Michigan-style shoulder roll that it's very hard to hit him. So, James,
that's the thing what Broner was trying to do. Broner was trying to roll that thing, but the right hand was coming over the top of that, and that's what I think that's what Maidana would do as well. But one thing that Broner does, he takes a step back and stops. Mayweather keeps rolling around, and you got to chase him. And he's just so smart in the ring. It makes for a great fight. But you know, Mayweather's just incredible fight. And I think what makes him so good is just not how good he is in the ring, but his timing, his speed. He's so smart in the ring. He knows when to punch, when not to fight. He knows when to take a break. He knows when to recover. So he does all that, and Maidana's going to be catching a lot of punches as he's coming in.
You know what's amazing is, yeah, it seems to be somewhat of a, I guess this is the blueprint, right? What Oscar De La Hoya was talking about. You know, what you do is you just close the distance and make it a numbers game. You throw more punches than he does, but everyone who steps in the ring sees that it's not all that easy. Why is it so difficult to just instinctively let your hands go when you're facing a guy like Floyd Mayweather?
Well, I mean, because he's in front of you, and you see him in front of you, and you figure you can hit him, but you're punching arms, you're punching gloves, punching everything, hitting air, hitting everything but his face, and he's still sometimes now he's standing in front of you, he's making you miss while he stands in front of you. He's not moving as much as he used to, and he's making for better, entertaining fights. He's just a wizard in there. I think that should be his new name, is the Wizard, because everything he's just a wizard inside the ring.
You know, what's amazing also is Mayweather's a guy who not very many people realize this, but he's a gentleman with deceptive power, because he's going to counter you with something that you don't see, and those are the punches that hurt most.
It's the speed. It's the speed that hurts you. It's not the power, but the speed, because you don't see it coming, and you're in shock. You're like, boom. By the time you know, you're getting hit 2 or 3 punches. You never saw either one of them, and that's what hurts you.
You know, brilliant. So the fight's taking place at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, May 3rd. James, are you ready to give a prediction on this fight, brother?
You know what? You could never go against Mayweather, and he's been right every time. And until someone beats him, that's when. But I have to go with Mayweather. I love Maidana. He's a great guy. Mayweather's a great guy. You just got to go with Mayweather. He's proven to be the best.
Well, I tell you what, James, on behalf of all of the fight fans here in the South Texas region, we need to thank you and Mr. Mike Battah for bringing all of these brilliant events and big-time boxing back to San Antonio. And you've got 2 more events coming up on April 17th and 18th. Would you like to tell us about that?
Yeah, we have 2 events. We're going to have 10 4-round fights at the Alamo Dome on the 17th, and then we're going to have about 9 or 10 pro fights afterwards. The Friday after, and on the 18th at the Alamo Dome as well. So and you buy the tickets, and it gets you into both events.
That is amazing. And how can you get tickets? You can call the Leija Battah hotline, which is
979-3302.
That's right, guys. Joseph Herron here with 2-time world champion Mr. Jesse James Leija in front of his Champion Fit Gym in San Antonio, Texas, bringing you the Boxing 411.